But yeah, he's
first disappointing trip to America for Chris Melling in Ultimate Pool terms. In terms of, he won the first 2 Ultimate Pool USA events and the Open events, Louisiana and Kansas City. Lost at the 32 stage this time round and didn't go particularly deep in the shootout either. So disappointing for Chris, but that is the nature of the game as we see Shaun Sharkey get us underway here. Race to 7, last 64, 50 minutes. And no doubt second favourite here is Shaun, but he's equipped himself very well in the pro ranks. And we always talk about how fine the margins are, and in any one-off game, it's not that easy for the favourites to enforce themselves and make them that sort of superiority stand out. You know, Chris Melling is one of the favourites for the tournament, but he's a marginal favourite for this match, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
None at all.
I'm glad it's clear.
No, I do understand what you're saying. You know, it's but then you look at some of the odds of the players, and you know, yesterday or the start of the first event, and obviously they installed Tom Cousins as the favourite, and he was something like 9-2 to start with. Then he went out, and then all of a sudden Melling was the favourite. Then he went out. Jordan Shepherd went out, and then all of a sudden you're looking at the odds of all the players, and they've all come in together at any one of about 5 or 6 of them around 8 and 9 to 1. But once again, Cousins installed as favourite, but only 5 to 1 this time, so not as hot as the first day. And I did see him early this morning. Well, not that early, 11 o'clock, but he progressed. He sort of got half revenge on the Fleming brothers.
Well, yeah, we were talking all about the storylines that we might have with the fact that we've got Tom Cousins against Ryan Fleming. Obviously, Tom lost to Mark Fleming, and they were in the same little section, which meant that he could end up playing Mark again. It could be Ryan versus Mark. In the end, it's all the storylines are gone. It's Sitin Patel versus Tom Cousins, and it's as you were, if you like.
Yeah, it's Mark started off really well against Sitin Patel. We were looking at the scores, myself and Mark Shepherd, as it went along, and suddenly he hit a bump in the road somewhere, Mark Fleming, and Sitin Patel came back and took full advantage. Anyway, Shaun Sharkey's got to pull out a decent shot here. Cutting the red into the middle, he's going to nudge that black. Well, he's gone in the corner.
They must go.
Well, do you know what? Straight away I thought he was going to move that black. And
yeah, I thought he'd put it right into trouble, but it goes through the gap.
Great shot.
How about that? And Shaun Sharkey doing what he absolutely needs to do here, getting the opening frame against Chris Melling.
Yeah, classy finish from Sharkey. Melling now to break. Not using the cut break that we've seen so many players this week using. They've adapted, or sort of decided to use it on this new table. It seems to be paying off for a lot of players. However, earlier today, Tom Cousins, he was using the cut break and had abandoned it late in the match and went for his big thump. But Melling sticking to his guns. He was a bit out of sorts when I watched him the other day.
To me, it was just concentration. It felt like he didn't quite have full concentration out there. Took a few visits for granted. He ended up winning the match I commentated on when he was doing that. But
well, I was with you. That was the Clayton Castaldi game, and he at one point won 3 frames in about 3 minutes. But I think if we remember, the first 2 frames took 15 minutes to complete.
Yeah, and then he got on a run.
Yeah, and then he went on a blitz.
And then kind of looked like he was going to run out the match, but ended up in a little bit of trouble. Maybe just took his eye off a couple. But ended up losing next match to Scott Gillespie, and there might have been a visit or two in that one where he was maybe a little bit on the casual side, or certainly it looked like it, but let's not take anything away. Scott Gillespie played a flawless match and really just he beat Chris Melling in that just natural pool.
It's not going to get there.
Oh, does it graze the cushion?
No, I don't think so, did it?
Yeah, it did not. You have to hit a cushion on every shot or pot a ball. And how close does he get? Very.
Very close.
So cue ball in hand then for Chris Melling, and he has a big problem on the red on the left-hand side. How is he going to solve it? Tries to move it there. Never a good way of moving it there, but he didn't have any great options. Trying to go into it on that line, it's going to be difficult to get it out, and obviously he misses it altogether. So no real damage done from Shaun making the foul. He's now asking Chris Melling to make a very challenging clearance, which I know it's Chris Melling out there, but if you're Shaun Sharkey, you kind of want your opponent to be taking this on.
Hello.
He gets the red out, but he gets the cue ball in. Disaster for the magician. You have to say he's very unlucky here. Yeah. I mean, he's actually very fortunate to get the red out. He didn't get anywhere near trying to break it out the way he wanted to, but for the cue ball to go in there, I know he was running it wild. He's very unlucky, and now he's just gifted this to Shaun Sharkey. Like to see the yellow next to the red.
I'll tell you what, it's a good job he didn't pop both in the same shot there.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh no, you can get through. I think more and more now you've got to take that shot into the equation when you are playing plants with your own balls. I think you've got to play almost to get the second ball behind it, because you do run a risk of, if you're trying to play and leave one over the bag and it drops in, you leave yourself in a lot of trouble. There's a little tester here now for Shaun Sharkey.
And he passes the test.
Absolutely. Lovely control.
Makes a ball and has a good chance.
Yeah, that cut break at the moment, there's a lot of players that are making that ball in the left-hand centre. We look.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'll tell you, somebody who absolutely hates that. He's sat very close to Shaun Sharkey, actually.
he plays it himself, though.
I know,
as much as he hates it,
he won't admit it. It's not. I've never played it. I've seen you play it.
I've seen him play it.
I've sat here with him, and he says, "You can't play that break." He said, "You always get." He said, "It's basically a plank because you get that ball in that middle pocket."
It's not quite as easy as that, but yeah, it does track quite close at times, and obviously Shaun has found the spot, found the way, and he's getting it very close. In fact, in. This is a good chance. Yellow is delicate into right centre, but it will drop in, and then the rest is all there. You would expect him to make no mistakes here and make it 3-0. slightly surprised how he's gone about this, really. The yellow to right centre, I felt he would drop in a couple of shots to go try and get behind it, and then the one at the top, then the one he's got now as his final ball. He's decided to leave it. Getting on it now isn't guaranteed.
Great shot.
And he is on it, and he's played it beautifully.
Yeah, super shot there from Shaun Sharkey. We came back a bit further than I thought he would with that.
I think he'll be glad the red's near the top left-hand corner pocket, because I think the natural line is quite close for the cue ball here. Might just be to the right-hand side of it. Oh, he's overcut it.
Well, I did think he came back a long way.
That's staggering, really. This is a poor shot.
Not only that, he's left the cue ball on the rail for himself as well. I mean, he could have played that, so he punched it out and came more into the middle of the table, Simon.
Yeah, I thought...
Bit of a mistake.
I thought once he'd made the decision to go, and, you know, the way he went about it, 2 shots in, I thought, oh, I'd all but given him the frame, really. I mean, it's never as easy as we can make out from the commentary box, but I just didn't see how he was going to go wrong. But got himself a little bit lost there, and obviously missed the 8 ball because of it. Chris doing a little bit of gardening. And in goes the 8 ball. So Chris Melling on the board, slightly surprisingly, and he'll probably be slightly relieved to be on the board. Oh, that's the break. That's the break.
Thunderous from Chris Melling.
More conventional than we normally see from Chris Melling. We often see him play the break with a bit more, bit higher on the cue ball, and he looks for a little bit more of that comes back and then tops forward just a touch, and almost looking to sort of park it in the middle, but with a touch of topspin, really. Not that it really plays out that way, but this was more conventional, just bringing it straight back down the middle of the table, and I think he should stick with that for a little while. That was very good. Oh, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. I thought for a second there he'd done himself on the... Well, he might have done. He's got a backup, though.
No, I think you can just see it. He was going to change his mind there, but he was very close.
Now then. Chris Melling. Big mistake.
Hit it quite hard, didn't he?
Yeah, and you can see it grazes. I mean, that's the ball, and we've been talking about it. We've watched for 4 years. We have watched here on Ultimate Pool TV those balls go in that graze the near jaw and with pace, and that's just going to be rejected. There's no doubt they play tighter. That is a prime example of it.
Well, Shaun Sharkey's left himself very straight on his yellow at the top of the table, so he hasn't got much room to be able to manoeuvre or get close to these other yellows. He has to play it. He could elect even to play a safety if he clipped off it, but I think he's going to try and take the ball by the horns. So it's going to be a long yellow. This one's a bit of a knee trembler.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not sure I'd have played that. I don't know.
Would you gone with a safety at the top?
Probably. Only. I don't think you can. I don't think you should be swayed by who you're playing. But because it's Chris Melling, does that make you think, oh, I shouldn't play that? But I mean, oh, he's going to play the safety this way around. Okay, I thought he was gearing himself up to play something aggressive down the table. I just didn't like the potting option there.
I think he's gone through too far. If you're going to play the safety, play it at the top because you guaranteed it.
Yeah. Oh, he has got. He's left the gap here. You are right. That is incredible. suppose the only argument for not playing the safety at the top... Oh, my word.
Wow.
Well, I will finish what I was saying. The only argument for not playing the safety at the top is that you're leaving the one cushion kick into the right centre pocket. Whereas if you play the safety down the table, then as long as you get the safety, there's much less likely that Chris could make it from a snooker. But as it turns out, you left him a straight pot and he missed it. So left himself on the cushion again when he wouldn't want to be.
It looks edgy.
That looked a very edgy shot. Started off so smoothly that I feel edgy because Chris Melling's made 2 mistakes in the frame.
And if you slow roll this into the middle, you hit the cue ball a little bit heavy, you could end up stuck to the black here with this sort of thing. Now he's digging down. He doesn't like it, so he's made this shot harder by ×5, but played it well.
Oh, he's ended up...
Always had to be there, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was never going to be easy for him. Saw Ronan McCarthy miss one of these day one with a red ball, very similar, bridging over.
We can just get to the side. I mean, he is still bridging over, but it's just that element easier being on the side of it. And he makes it. Shaun Sharkey opens up that 2-frame advantage once again.
he actually climbed over myself and Nick Finn to get to you in the commentary box.
I mean, first of all, I don't know why he's asking me. The tournament directors are here, but yeah, he came up to ask me what time he was playing in his quarterfinal after he'd won his last 64 match. That's confidence for you.
Yeah. Good old Carl.
Yeah, this time Shaun actually gets the break all wrong. He doesn't hit the ball he was meant to hit, and this is the layout because of it. Or was that a safety effort? Just trying to put the red on the 8 ball? Or was that a missed pot by a distance?
It's certainly not a safety, is it? I'm a bit confused by that shot.
Yeah. But safety as in making the table messy.
Yeah.
You know, not he was always going to leave pots on, but
I don't think it was a pot because as he hit, he sort of just walked around the table towards his chair. So, as in it looked like his body language. He wasn't expecting to pot the ball, but it certainly wouldn't be wanting to leave these balls this open for Chris Melling.
Yeah, because actually there's only one ball to work out on Reds. And that might not even need it. Well, he is going to go into it now. So the 2 Reds together, the right hand one of the 2 needs moving. The other one goes, and he's on it now, and he's guaranteed to move the other one. Oh, doesn't open it up though. I did wonder whether he needed to. I think it was really tight to try and play that precise to be able to not move it, and might have gone in. I don't think it would have gone into the corner. It might have gone in the right centre, but I think you're probably clutching to find that. So I think moving it probably was the right thing, but it just hasn't come out for him.
I think we could see the double here with the red into the left-hand centre. Made it.
This is going to be a tough one. Having missed 2 pots in the last frame, this is tougher than both of them. And he's missed another.
Pulled it.
Awkward queuing on that one, but 3 missed pots in a frame and a half here for Chris Melling. We've said this a few times throughout the weekend. Chris Melling was leading the charge for the tighter tables, so he's got them, but he's not enjoying them right now. In truth, the one he's just missed, though, wouldn't have gone in on any table. The previous 2 might have done, though. Well, he can obviously pot the red, but how does he get onto the 8 ball?
Yeah, well, he's looking because obviously a lot of players look and think, right, I'll just slow roll this in there. But I think if you slow roll it, then you're going to go behind that yellow. So this is why he wants to try and play it, make sure he doesn't snook himself. Great pot.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
that really is. I mean, I know this is a tough 8 ball, but this is what he was playing for. It's exactly the cannon he was looking for.
just when you thought he'd made a catastrophic error and gifted another frame to Sharkey, he's pulled out a very, very good red here. And just the control with the cue ball to land on this yellow. And like you said, Simon, he played exactly to be there.
Colorado Open champion. That's two unbelievably good breaks on the trot from Chris Melling.
Well, immediately the yellow's the huge favourite. Has to take the one over the bag first, though. We might see him run this, finishing very, very rapidly. And if he can find that groove where he sort of just glides around the table at speed with very little queuing up at the ball, that's when he's at his most dangerous. Like this. Yep, yellow passes into the corner, drops this in. He's just going to see parity. And Chris has swiftly wiped off Shaun Sharkey's 2-frame lead. Dry break from the Irishman.
It's quite a timid cut break, isn't it? He doesn't hit it very hard at all.
No, he didn't make his yellow into that middle.
Close though.
He was in that direction.
It's a nice pot, but he's not really landed on the next ball very nicely. Well, he has landed on the next ball, but that's it's tough, that.
Yeah, he'd like to wriggle through a bit further, have a choice of ball, but he's only got one now he can play, which is the red on the left-hand cushion. He's also hampered queuing as well.
He is touching ball, but I'm not sure that's really going to help him. That was a nice, delicate drop in. Gave the pocket every chance to take it back into prime position.
Yeah. These two reds in the centre of the table are about to disappear. Gives himself a little angle now to get up for the two reds on the top rail. Black's available. And the old warning lights are on for Shaun Sharkey. Or are they?
Oh, that's a poor shot from Chris Melling. He is in world of trouble now. From perfect to a world of trouble in 2 shots. Red at the top doesn't go anymore. And he's got no way of doing anything about it.
He was looking to see if he could smash top this with left-hand side into the corner and bring the cue back and nudge them apart. But there's no way to generate that sort of side, especially on a brand new table.
So is he just going to bump this over and hide the cue ball? Yeah. As long as it's not touching, he's asking a little question of Shaun. And Shaun's already played a couple of poor safeties in the match, so not guaranteed here. Quite clever play, really. He obviously was looking for the aggressive way of trying to find some way of making the miracle shot, but if it's not there, this is, as a percentage play, pretty good. Has he left a gap?
Well, he's certainly left the possibility of Chris being able to swerve through there and potting it.
Can't pot it, though. Can't pot it straight.
No.
So they must have been touching then.
But if you're leaving players shots that are like, in a way, sort of like a trick shot, this is the wrong man to be leaving them to.
Oh, that was close. Now Shaun can plot his route. Chris Melling's normally very, very quick and very, very good at picking up the table, pace of the cushions, the pace of the bed, the angles, the slide, everything else. But I think in a very brief conversation with him just as he was walking out there, he was just saying that I think that was what he found the trickiest thing to pick up when he played. It wasn't a negative on the table, just hadn't adjusted as quick as he would normally.
Well, no, and obviously stepping off the plane back from the States, you know, playing a completely different discipline of cue ball. At least before, when he was stepping off the plane from wherever he'd been travelling, he knew what he was walking into. This time with this table,
yeah,
he didn't.
Yeah, knew altogether. He's normally so good at it, though. This isn't the greatest of angles. A bit too much. Yeah, playing with loads of right-hand side. Just avoiding the yellow and spinning it away.
Coming off the two cushions.
If the 8-ball didn't go in there without that little nudge off the red, then it's a lovely shot, but I think it must have gone all the same. You wouldn't play for it otherwise. There was other ways to go, but Shaun Sharkey is back in front 4 frames to 3 in the last 32. Chris has really turned up with a break today. If you'd just shown me Chris's breaks and nothing else in the game, you'd say he's ahead.
Yeah.
Because normally, if he breaks this well, he's a steam trainer, you can't stop him.
No, he's just falling out of position here and there. It's been very costly for him. Shaun on occasion has decided to try and give him extra chances though, with a couple of loose safeties here and there, so it's been a funny match.
Oh, he's snookered himself again. What is going on out there for Chris Melling? He's making just, wow, basic errors. This isn't easy. This isn't easy at all. You think the one cushion, but it's really tough to find that line.
I think load of right hand side into the top rail. So you go onto the top rail, come down onto that side, the left hand side rail, and try and pot the red in the corner. So he's going to dig down with a load of right hand side here. Check it. He's got it clean.
Oh, what a shot that is from Chris Melling. That's ridiculous. Absolutely.
Yeah, quite rightly gets a round of applause from the crowd as well. Oh, he's missed the black.
He's missed the 8-ball. That looked like a kick.
It did.
In all honesty. We'll have another look at that in a second, but that looked like a skiddy kick. Let's have another look. Watch the stripe on the 8-ball here. Does he just miss it? Make your own mind up.
I'm going to say missed it.
That, I mean, I'm just blown away with what we're seeing here from Chris.
the ball just rolled. If it's a kick, the first bit of the board.
You
just
sort of
slides.
see it skid, and you can notice it on. So you notice it on the 8 ball more than any other ball.
Sharkey trying to come a bit further down there to get rid of the yellow that's near the black. Sort of a little bit short of where he wanted to be, so he's left himself a very tricky shot. Whichever way he goes. And he's going to be coming back down again here. This frame's not over yet.
Where's the cue ball?
I'm telling you, Chris will be sat there thinking. I'll be thinking, if I was Chris, I'm going to get another go at this black.
Chris is a massive favourite for this frame. From here,
yeah,
right now.
But I thought even the shot before, and even a couple of frames before, when Shaun's knocked the finish in, it's looked a bit edgy though at the end of the frame. But the last couple of balls. I think he's looking at this because he's come out to play Chris and he's thinking, it's going to be so hard. Knows Chris is not firing anywhere near on all cylinders.
Puts you under more pressure.
He's like thinking, I should win this match, and then now he's sort of panicking a bit. He's going for the safety here. That's going to be too hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think the gesture from Shaun Sharkey tells its own story.
Well,
we can't go straight, so he's going to have to bend this.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, Tony, isn't it just the simplest little one cushion clip in? I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's because the black's a long way away from the right hand side of the table. He's tried to double kiss it. He's played it with side to try and get that to double kiss it in.
But he's left Shaun on the ball he needs to be on. I know what you're saying, that it was a little bit to the left hand side as we look at it, but surely coming off one cushion.
If he could see that much of it, I'd have played a swerve shot.
Okay.
I know the danger then when you run in the gauntlet following it in. But if you don't play it right, but I would have played a swerve. Snooker.
He's still going to win the frame all the same. In
Handball?
fact, he's going to concede the frame. And Chris is going to leave the arena here, and I'm not surprised. He's just going to go and reset himself. He hasn't really turned up in this match.
Might
He's
not
made
come
some strange errors. It's been a very bizarre game. This is the brilliant shot that Chris played. He played a very strange shot before snookering himself. Plays that shot, and then the 8 ball doesn't go in. Whether it was a kick, whether it was a miss. And then this one as well. And this one, we just don't know what's going to happen next. Shaun Sharkey with the break. Not made his ball since you referenced that it goes in every time, Tony. Or you referenced that other people think it goes in every time.
He's playing it very soft now. This is even softer again. Nice pop there from Shaun. Having to take that tougher one on first of all, but it has opened up these reds and you...
Yeah, my only thing is, where's the 8 ball going?
Middle.
Does it go in the middle?
Yeah. I'll say yes.
What, left centre?
Left centre.
If it goes left centre, then this is routine.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
I had my eyes tested recently. I walked in, they said, you have come for my eye test. I said, well, you want one? This is a fish and chip shop. But no, I did actually have my eyes tested. Yeah.
Well, we're going to find out, because I don't think the 8 ball goes left centre and you do. So we're going to find out whether he plays for it in the left centre or not. Make your own mind up. Still confident?
I'm okay.
It's also very tight top.
Well, if he misses the red now to get to that black ball.
Yeah, if he misses...
I think he goes this off the jaw.
I think he plays for it up the table.
Okay. That doesn't mean it doesn't go in the middle if he plays for it up the table. I'm not having that. He's trying to get out of this on the technicality.
Well, this is the key moment for...
it's obviously, you can see he's playing with right hand side now, so he's obviously playing to get it in the corner.
Well, we don't know. He's not. Yeah. Whatever he's tried to do there, he's not done it very well. And he's in trouble here. This is tough. Whether he's taking, if it is in the centre, it's half a pocket at most, and if it's in the corner, it doesn't look like the full pocket.
A few stayed back after their matches just to watch what happens here. They can see them in the background there. Half and Dad, he's watching on. Well,
disappointment for Shaun Sharkey. That really was a poor shot into the bottom right corner. To leave himself this close to the cushion and this far away from the 8-ball from that position is pretty poor. He's a better player than that. Are you going to concede defeat then?
No,
in the end, that he was playing for it in the corner.
He obviously was playing for it in the corner. I'm not conceding defeat. That ball didn't go in the middle. None of it.
So in it's not going to drop in. On quite a few of our frames so far in this match, it's been Chris Melling that's made the mistake, and Shaun Sharkey's had to try and counter, and he's not always done it. This time round, it's Chris Melling to play the counter.
It's quite interesting to watch Chris Melling playing one of these sort of matches where he's having to battle.
Yeah,
it's not just all Chris blowing somebody off the table. It's now a battle.
He's sort of battling himself more than he is Shaun, really.
He's going to come down here with these reds that are all clustered. Reds. These yellows are all clustered together, and sort these out first.
You really do need your eyes tested. Do you think these are reds?
I can see them if I do. I'm just colourblind.
Really shouldn't be any issues here for Chris Melling, but just expecting the unexpected in this match, really.
Well, he goes up the top now, pops those two away. Last yellow's down the bottom of the table.
Touch straighter than he wanted. Hammers it in just to create an angle.
Yeah, lovely shot. Just for a fleeting second, there's the cue coming towards the platform.
Yeah, I am expecting the unexpected. I really am.
Not this time. He's taking extra care as well, Chris, noticeably.
Well, he gets himself in front, 5-4, 2 away from victory. 14:09 left on the clock. It might become a factor. We might see 15. Well, we will see 15 seconds of shot unless it's 2 quick finishes from Chris Melling.
Another bludgeoning break from Chris Melling.
He has hit the break just incredibly well in this match. That cue ball's been perfect for the last 4 breaks.
Yeah,
absolute perfection. Going up the red to the corner. 1 red on the left-hand side, slightly tricky.
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
Chris can't believe the cue ball's gone into that pocket. I'm with him here. How does the cue ball go into the centre pocket here? That doesn't look. That actually doesn't look possible, does it? I mean, he's missed the pot anyway, but I mean, how?
It's almost as though it's shrunk as it went through that gap.
It defied physics there, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
It's the spin that sort of just...
Yeah, it's amazing.
Took it round the 2 yellows, yeah.
Big visit to the table now then for Shaun Sharkey with cue ball in hand. You just feel he has to get out here. He needs that positive. He needs to get to 5-5. He cannot let Chris Melling off the hook again. And that's a good shot. Opens both reds up. These are all there.
Still in good position here, Sharkey. It's a little bit straighter than he'd have liked, but should be okay. Drops that in. Now you can see the left-hand red of the two near the middle. Oof, where did that one come from? The land of edginess again.
He jumped up off the shot previously, kind of almost implying a kind of turn off, a bit like he's probably implying here, but slow rolling them across the table. I mean, trace of side, trace of flicking over anything. Yeah, I mean, maybe it did, but it's...
Well, you get fingerprints on the cloth from, obviously, the table's ironed and brushed before we start every match, but, you know, after we've played 9 frames where people's hands are going,
yeah,
you know, bridge hand and that, and get the odd little turn. Chris still shaking the head. Blackpool's a problem, obviously, for Chris Melling.
Yeah, what's he going to do then for the 8 ball here?
He's going to play together, I think.
Bottom right. Right centre.
Yeah, I think anywhere in the vicinity of that left-hand bottom corner. There you see the angle. So I think probably coming off 2 rails here, so play it with a bit of screw and right-hand side, so go off the bottom rail, off the right-hand centre, and then down. It's a natural angle to come down there. Even if he bumped into it, he could knock it past the red so he can pot it. So a few permutations. That's middle.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. What a shot that is from Chris Melling. Perfection with the cue ball. And no mistakes with the 8 ball.
Yeah, fantastic. As we just hear the beep to signal we are now down to 15 seconds of shot. Now, he's not played fantastically by any way, shape or form. You know, he's been struggling out there, and Shaun has gifted him a few, but when it really, really matters and you need somebody to pull out a big shot in a big time of the match, he produced.
He absolutely did produce, but you have to say from Shaun's perspective, he has let Chris off too many times in this match. He really has. He had enough chance. Well, both players have had enough chances to have won the match already, but you just don't expect to get the chances, the extra chances that he's been getting against Chris Melling.
Well, Shaun Sharkey is the first-year pro. You know, he's been around, you know, a few years over in Ireland. You know, he's worked his way into the Irish international team, and he's the captain. And you know, over the water, you know, he's a fantastic talent. And on the Irish tour, and then coming over to here and playing, obviously on the Challenger, doing very, very well, obviously, to get himself into the pro ranks. But now this is a different thing altogether. You know, you're playing Chris Melling, you're on the TV.
To me, it's been one of the... And I've commentated on Shaun many times now, and it's been one of the worst performances I've seen from him, actually. And actually say the same about Chris. You know, he's not put one... He's put one in here. He's a poor performance in its entirety, but... The word you've used a few times, edgy. It's just looked edgy from Shaun.
Well, I think, if I remember rightly, I think at the last pro event, didn't he play Dave Gilbert out here on the TV?
Yeah.
I think, and now that's pressure. The man's just come back from the semi-finals of the World Snooker.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a big name, and he's out there playing him. And if I remember rightly, he ran him close.
Yeah. Yeah, no, played... yeah, I mean, I've seen him, and he's always played with a confident style and looked really good out there, but not this time. Nearly get caught out by the 15 seconds of shot, which... came into play at the start of the frame. We had 9:59 at the start of this frame. But he's still not out of it, Shaun. We're sort of talking as though he's already lost. He's got to find a clearance here and then hope to get a chance on Chris Melling's break. But he's had those chances in the match, so it's just another one.
I'm sure his Irish teammate Stevie Dempsey should be around in the arena or thereabouts right now, because he'll be coming up next. So that could be a little bit of support if he was in the background there, if he saw him, because he's obviously a really good mate of his. Great shot there.
That was a lovely touch, wasn't it? Just that flick of side, just to spin it up the table and land plump. And
a great response there from Shaun Sharkey. Very good dish. And that's probably his best of the match at the right time. Yellow. Yellow at the death there.
He'd had already made a red.
Yeah.
He had a red go in pretty early, bottom left corner, and now he's got a wide open layout. Time to knuckle down and just put a finish together.
Yellows has to beat. Yellow goes along the top rail into the corner off the red. This is as simple as you'll get.
Yeah, normally we would be talking about for Chris Melling, how do we see an issue? How does he go wrong here? Because it's normally for Chris Melling, this is as routine as it gets, but this hasn't been that match, and there is pressure on this one.
It would be a positional shot. That's where we get. If he's going to fall over, I don't think it will be a miss now. I think the balls are well away from the cushion.
Well, it is a positional shot. I mean, he's got that one. I mean, he's nowhere near. He's playing on the yellow to top left.
Well, is he looking at a double? Oh.
The recovery is there.
If you're Shaun Sharkey, you've got to be sick there watching him do that after that bad positional shot.
And this 8 ball for a place in the last 32. It's not how he normally does it, but Chris Melling has found a way. Shaun Sharkey just missed too many opportunities in the match, and Chris Melling eventually and somehow gets over the line, and he books his place into the last 32 here on Pro Series 8. Be interesting to see what Chris Melling thinks of that performance. We'll hear from him after the break, and then of course the number 2 seed, Stevie Dempsey, is on the way.